What is going on, miners, and welcome back to the Hobbyist Miner channel. Well, we are back in the shed. This time we're going to go ahead and get some things done because coming up in the next few days we are getting our racking in for the shed. So I want to get as much done as necessary because once we put that rack in, it's go time. It's time to go ahead and fill up the crypto mining shed with as many GPUs as possible. So we still have some room left in the shed right now. We can still work in here. There's a decent amount of space available to us. So we're gonna get a few things done today. So let me go ahead and flip the camera around and we'll take a look together. Okay, so we went ahead in our last video, we worked on some of our ASIC setup. We'll have a video coming up here in about a week or so on the new setup where we remove the fans off of my S19J Pro and we substitute them out. So video coming up for that in about a week. Keep an eye out for that. So this pile here is a total of 50 of these foam acoustic tiles, and we're going to be installing those today, as well as check out these corner pieces. So we're going to be using this 3M crazy double-sided sticky tape adhesive for the back. That's recommended for the back of all these. You can go a few different ways. You can either screw these, you can use the 3M adhesive, or you can use like a liquid nail solution. So we're gonna start with the 3M sticky. If it doesn't work, we'll go ahead and go with like the liquid nail. I don't want to use screws because I don't want to be putting a boatload of little holes in the exterior of this unit here. So we're gonna be taking these foam tiles and we're actually gonna be taking them and putting them here. Let me go over here where there's a light right on us, and we're going to be putting them on the ceiling tonight. So that's what we're going to be working on. We're going to cover the entire ceiling, and then we're also going to be taking these corner pieces, and this was a recommendation from Hawk Crypto, so a huge shout out to him, explaining the way the sound works and moves within the shed. I guess he has a really good background in it and experience, and we're going to be taking these units starting out and putting these up top here. So those are going to get put in the top, in the ridge, and then I may, if I have any extra, come down, putting these like in the corners, come all the way down. And hey, if it works well, we'll buy a boatload more of these and just fill all the walls as needed. So I think that'll work out awesome. So shout out to Hawk Crypto Mining, as well as Chump Change, who I recommended these as well. Then we're going to move on to this. We have two units here talking about fire safety. So if you guys remember, a few weeks back, we actually met with a firefighter who's also a crypto miner, and we talked about fire safety for crypto mining. And there were a few things that we ended up on. So we have these in our crypto mining room right now. I have a whole video on these if you're interested. These are the fire extinguisher balls, and you actually end up taking these, they sit in a cradle and you mount them. So we're gonna take these, we're gonna mount like one on this side of the room, and then we're going to mount one somewhere on this side of the room. And if a 140-degree flame, has to be a flame, not temperature, 140-degree flame hits these will pop. These address A, B, C, D, I think it is, of all the different types. Maybe it's E, I'm sorry, I don't remember, of the different types of fires. And it's going to cover this entire shed in that powder. I'm not worried about the equipment, just worried about the fire in my house and everything like that. So we're going to be putting two of these into our crypto mining shed. We also have these guys, and huge shout out to 𝐏𝐸𝐴. I've actually been chatting with them for a while now, and we got our hands on these guys. So these are wireless interlinked smoke and carbon monoxide detectors, but the cool thing is they come in a pack of 3 and they're wireless. So these are going to connect to my home wireless. I'm going to put the app on my phone, and I'm going to put one in my crypto mining shed, one in my crypto mining room, and one in my office downstairs. And that'll go ahead and cover all different areas of mining. And I think this is awesome. Like, you're out and about and you get a wireless alert. That's kind of my goal. Like, getting a push notification on my phone was why I went with 𝐏𝐸𝐴. So I'm huge, very happy, honestly, that I got my hands on these here. So this will work out really, really well. So we're going to install these tonight while we're working in here and we have the space available. So let me go ahead and get my tiles done and we'll check back in and then we'll move on to these guys. Okay guys, so wanted to show you guys the progress of one row and kind of what we're thinking. So I did put our 90-degree corner in here. It actually fit really well. And then we have a number of our tiles running up. And then in the corner here, we have another 90-degree. And I put it on this side of the actual stud because I didn't want to cram it like into the corner there. And then we have the rest here. Now, it's been a little while because I started out using the 3M squares and my entire row fell down in a matter of minutes. So it was an epic fail, but hey, we tried, right? So I ended up moving on to the program construction adhesive. I was hoping not to use this, not because I'm concerned about like gluing this to the ceiling. I have no concerns there. My biggest concern is the fact of like construction adhesive right now is not cheap. And so like I just did that row and I used up a third of that, which means that it's gonna be quite a few dollars to go ahead and do all the other rows and kind of go from there. So either way, we're into it now. We went ahead and glued this, and I'm gonna give this a little bit of time before I go ahead and do more rows, just in case this falls down as well. This does have the 3M sticker, like little squares up there already on the ceiling, and then I just put the glue onto it directly, pushed it down a ton. So while we wait, I'm gonna go ahead and get my fireballs installed. These are the fire extinguisher balls here. Once again, I'll put a link down below to these. These are awesome. I mean, check these out. So cool. And I'll put a link also to the video that was done on these. So I think we're gonna put, if I take a look here, grab our little bracket that they come with, I think I'm gonna stick one up here. They recommend putting them high, so if a flame hits the bottom, it'll blow up or kind of expand and put powder everywhere. And I think the other one I'll just kind of keep in line and do on this side over here. So let me get those installed. Okay, we have success. So I did need to lower it down a little bit just to make sure I could get this out. But we are anchored in, good to go. So if we do have a fire, you know, as I said before, I'm more concerned about my home than I am about the shed or the mining gear. So set up, good to go over here. And then right across this one, I put a little bit higher on this side, especially because the way that everything slopes. So we have this one over here. Set and good to go. Once again, links down below, as well as I think it's super important for you guys to check out the video that I did with the fireman who's also the crypto miner. It was a great video. It was like 30 to 45 minutes just talking about fire safety as a home crypto miner, common issues, fire prevention, all that types of stuff all around home crypto mining. So please make sure you check it out. So next on our list is our 𝐓𝐸, and these are our smoke and granted carbon monoxide, not as concerned about here in the crypto mining shed, but definitely smoke. So let me get this opened up. We'll see what we're dealing with. Okay, so here's what comes in the 𝐓𝐸 link, I guess is what they call these. Wireless interlinked combination smoke and carbon monoxide. So we have 3 of the units here, and then we have 3 support brackets as well as the mounting hardware. So it looks like I'll have some instructions to read. So let me dive into that and get everything mounted. Okay, we made progress. We got our smoke alarm hung. I needed 3 points of contact for the anchor, like the actual bracket piece. So this was really the only area that I could think about. Everywhere else really didn't have, I mean, I guess I could have put one like here because I needed like 3 spots, but I thought keep it off of there. So put it over here, we're good to go. And it is actually connected now. This one is connected to these 2 down here, is the way that they are set up. So we're gonna put one in the office as I talked about and one in my mining room. The only downside I found, and this is my mistake, is these units, it says wireless on it. So I assumed, oh, like connect to a wireless app. This model, the SC07W, is not capable of a wireless app connected to your phone, or like, I guess they call it online support if you guys are reading through like the terminology. So I am going to put a link down below to these units. If wireless and having it on your app is not important to you, then these units are good. You're good to go with these. But I'm going to try to find the units that have the wireless support, true wireless, like what do we call this? Internet wireless. They're using wireless, but actually they're actually RF. Like this should not say wireless. This should say RF, interlinked, because I went through their instructions entirely. So that being said, I will put a link down below to exactly what you guys are looking for when it comes to the wireless ones. And I'm hoping to get my hands on the true wireless ones that connect to my phone and the app, because that's really where I wanted this value. Now granted, if I put several of these in my house, yeah, it's gonna go off, smoke alarm, wake everybody up, you know, do what we want smoke alarms to do. But if I'm not home, I love to have that app go off and alert me and stuff like that. So that's done. These we're gonna put in the basement. That one's done. And look, these are still up and good to go. So let me go ahead and see how much of the power grab construction adhesive we have left, and let's get some more hung. So we started out the 3M, that didn't work. We went to the power grab, that didn't work. And I think it was only because of the fact that it was kind of like hung on the ceiling, you know, and didn't really have time to dry and everything like that. So we moved on to Mr. Staple Gun. Now this made me super nervous, but we've been using 13mm T50 staples. So this is kind of what we're looking at here. And super nervous not to use the staple gun, but because of the fact that we're going up. And oh, by the way, here's our finished product here. Because we're going into the roof, and it makes you super nervous for leaks and everything like that. But I think it turned out pretty good. So you can see we have our 90 degrees in our corners. We've stapled all the way up, and we have our 90 degrees over on this side. So let me back up here. So we did all the way across. And yeah, turned out pretty good. I'm happy with it. I can't believe how quickly it went up with the staple gun. I was really surprised how that worked out, but just bam, 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 good to go. So with that being said, what do I have left? I only have a few 90 degrees left, what, 4? So like I was also thinking about adding them here in the corners and going straight down the corner. So I'm gonna have to definitely do some measuring, and you know, for that corner there, this corner here. I mean, I could put them in all 4 corners. There's no harm, I would think, at this point. So maybe I'll order some more of those 90 degrees. If you guys are looking for something like that, I'll put those links down below. We have a decent amount of tiles left, so I kind of have to decide. I may put like a strip down that side and down this side because they're fully exposed. Like I don't have to kind of weave in and out. This was the only spot I had to kind of cut around, which was our electrical box there, not a big deal. But I may just put those on tonight to finish things up at this point. Alrighty guys, that's gonna wrap things up. It's actually getting pretty late here, and believe it or not, it's been thunderstorming the entire time. Like, it has been dry as anything in Pennsylvania, like insanely. Like, the grass is yellow and just like dormant at this point. And finally it started raining, it's thunderstorming out, and we're hanging out in our crypto mining shed, putting staples in our roof, you know. Makes me feel real good. But that's gonna wrap things up for today. A short video going over some progress on the crypto mining shed. We are in the home stretch, guys. Some things to look forward to here in the next 2 weeks. We have our rack coming in, which that means GPU rigs will be going into the shed. In addition to that, we will be removing the fans off of our ASIC miner, and we will be putting together the dedicated system of the fanless system, cooling system for the ASIC miner, using the AC Infinity inline fans on the left and right side of it. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. Can't wait to do that. Something new, something different. And I can't wait to get that Bitcoin miner up and running. Well guys, that's it for today. I appreciate you guys joining me. Once again, if you guys are not familiar, right next to the subscribe button, there is a join button. Feel free to go over and check it out. When you join, you not only financially support me in a different way and the hobbyist miner community, but the #1 perk on that list of the membership for the Hobbyist Miner channel that I love and I've really come to enjoy is you get access to a private Discord channel with me, and I'm in there all day long. And I love chatting with the Know Me Squad, which is what we're calling them, thanks to 𝐓𝐸Headlow. So go over and check it out right next to the subscribe button. There's a join button. Go ahead and click it and read more details. Other than that, guys, that has been it for today. Thank you guys very much for joining me. I'll see you guys next time.